Audio in film is very important, but often forgotten. For a relative cheap price, you can get a mixer and a microphone from Saramonic. But how does it all work? Well, let's find out in this introduction to audio for video. Hi there, filmmakers. My name is Jordi for Cinecom.net. This right here is the Saramonic MixMic, a very affordable mixer and microphone for DSLRs and smaller cameras. If you'd like to see a review of the product, you can follow the link in the cards up there. Whether it's this audio mixer or from another brand, they all work relatively the same. The first thing we'll look at are the inputs. This is where you connect your microphone on. The MixMic has two inputs, but there are mixers with a lot more if needed. For example, I can attach the Saramonic mic to input 1 and a wireless receiver to input 2. If your input device happens to have the wrong connection, you can always find easily adapters from and to. This receiver gets a signal from the transmitter, which has on his turn a smaller microphone connected. This one is also from Saramonic, and if you wish to learn more, you can follow the cards up there again. So as you can see, we can attach any kind of microphone to this mixer, but that's a whole different chapter again. Let's start with the basics and just have this shotgun mic connected. A shotgun mic also comes in different sizes and characteristics, but it's probably the most used microphone. The microphone always goes into a shock mount, whether you hold it, stick it on a boom, or in this case on the mixer itself. The rubber absorbs the shocks so that noises from handling the camera are a lot less. But it's still advisable to handle your camera with care once you're recording audio. On the other side of the mixer, we can see a mini jack cord. This is the output, the signal that is ready to be recorded. So we'll plug this into the camera or any sound recorder like the popular Zoom. Some audio mixers have multiple outputs as well, and you're able to choose where which input has to go to. In fact, this mixer has two outputs going over the same cable. We have a left and a right signal, in other words, a stereo signal. And with the first knob on the top left, we can choose to send both inputs to the stereo channel or have them separated to the left and the right. That way we're able to work on both microphone signals separate in the editing. But if you are using only one input, it's suggested to use stereo channels so both your ears can hear the audio. Every input has three basic settings: the input type, the gain, and the volume. The input type selects the kind of input you have. You can either choose between line, microphone, or microphone plus 48 volts. When selecting line, the mixer won't amplify the signal. This is used when connecting an already amplified signal on it, like a cable from the PA at a concert where they give you the live audio and you do the video recordings. And then there is mic. This is a more sensitive input and mostly used for dynamic microphones. These are microphones that news reporters usually hold, but you can also use it for other applications if your input signal is too low. And finally, there is the mic plus 48 volt. This voltage is also named phantom power. It does the same as the mic input, but also sends 48 volts to the input. Some microphones like my Rode NT-G2 has a battery compartment, so it could also be connected to the normal mic input. And as you might have guessed, be careful with this setting. It could do damage to your connected device or microphone. We are working with a shotgun microphone, and such mics do always need the phantom power to work. Carefully read the specifications of any microphone to find this out. If you're not using the input channel, just put it online. This has two reasons. First of all, it's a safety, and second of all, it reduces possible noise. You don't want to amplify a channel that has no microphone connected. Then next comes the gain setting. This mixer allows us to gain by 0, 10 or 20 decibels. It will increase the volume of the input digitally, and the volume knobs will alter the volume analog. To get as little noise as possible, you want to use the analog knobs to increase the volume. If it's all the way open, but you still don't have enough volume, then you can increase the gain. So we've been talking a lot about amplifying the signal, and that is what this mixer also does. When a signal is not amplified well, it could give you interference and noise. And at the moment, the signal is actually amplified wrong. Well, in fact, it's amplified twice. The mixer amplifies the signal and the camera amplifies the signal. 2 amplifiers is not a good idea, and since we are using an external audio mixer which does a way better job at this, we're going to disable the audio gain in the camera. I'm using the Panasonic GH4 that allows me to dial the audio gain all the way down from the settings. You might want to increase the gain of your audio mixer now to compensate, but the recorded signal will be a lot better now. Furthermore, there could be filters or effects options to each channel. The Saramonic mixer comes with a low-cut filter. It will cut off the lower frequencies of the audio signal, also named the high-pass filter, which will let the higher frequencies through. It comes down to the same thing. Basically, you want to use this option when you hear a lot of interfering sound. This filter could eliminate that. So both of these channels have all of these options and can therefore be treated separate. These were the basics on how to use an audio mixer, but before I'm going to leave you, I have one final tip for getting good audio, and that is to bring your microphone as close as you can to the subject. It's not for all applications, but if you are starting out, it's definitely some good advice to make use of. The closer the microphone to the subject is, the less echo and the more present the audio will be. This also means pointing the microphone correctly to the subject.
Hello, this is Kim and the microphone is far away from me. Hello, this is Kim and the microphone is right in front of me.
If you have any more questions, just pop them in the comments below and make sure to subscribe because we are putting out a new video every Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay creative.